Hello people of the internet. Not gonna make this any longer than needed. I've got this car, TRAXXAS SUMMIT. I got this like 8 years ago and didn't use it in the past 4 years or so. Recently, like a year ago, I got the DJI FPV drone, the FPV goggles, controller, the drone, everything, additional batteries. And I quite liked it. And very recently, like a month or two ago, they came out with the O3 Air Unit. Basically, antenna, electronics and camera that you can pair with the goggles and the controller. So I only need to buy this to use it with the goggles I already had. So I decided to put that on my TRAXXAS SUMMIT. Upgraded the batteries from IMH to LiPo batteries. Bought a new charger, TRAXXAS ID charger, and a new controller because the switch for the differential lock broke off on the old one. So basically, I took that out after 4 years again and decided to give it a massive upgrade. So what I did, need another camera angle to show this better. Okay, so basically what I did was I made a bottom plate here that makes the entire cage more rigid. Here's a dent that holds the battery in while I can still pull it out to charge or anything. There's a bent piece of metal here who keeps it from sliding out at the back. I cut this one out here so I can still get these into place, because when the metal was on here it was too high. I cut that out so it slides over this. This is where I can put an extra LiPo battery, put some rubber and isolation around here to prevent it from getting scratched at the metal corners here. Then this here I still have access to the SD card and the USB plug. Here's the holder for the antenna. It just slides in and clicks into place. Below these screws here are the electronics of the sender and two aluminum cooling plates, which I cut out from two cooling plates who are meant for steppers for a 3D printer, for example. Very cheap, almost fitted, just had to cut a bit off. Camera, protection plate, and that's basically it. I'm gonna finish this entire thing, painting, finishing the cooling, putting a GoPro mount onto the camera protection and adjusting the suspension. Left one is still turnable by hand if I remember. Oh yeah, it is, but it's not quite well. Okay, we didn't have any silicone lubricant here currently, so I'm gonna use a regular one. This chain loop, but yeah, I have to. Don't do this with plastic thread parts. I think I'm at the end of the thread here, yeah. Okay, the other one. That one's not turning well anymore. I hope I can loosen this up with the lubricant a bit. There we go. I think I'm gonna order stronger suspension if it's possible to get that somewhere. Because the entire cover weighs as much as the car now. Slightly less, but almost. Gonna do a bit more at the front too, but not as much. Oh yeah, and I can reattach the differential locks because I got a fixed controller again. When you plug all the cables out of the differential lock switch, the front lock locks up because two of them need to be connected so nothing is locked. I didn't bother fixing it back then, so I just took off the servos here. Not a great decision, I know, but I was much younger then. This thing can hold more weight now. Let's see. Way better. Alright. Now I'm gonna take this off, the entire thing, so I can paint it properly. Wait. The camera's still on there. Do I just paint it? No, I'm gonna take it off. I took the entire holder that I constructed off, spray painted it black. Now, got my trusty SMD reverse station here. Now I'm gonna solder the fan to the rest of this here. Also, make this a bit better here. This not my proudest work. Alright, got tape here. Gonna put that one in between, additionally to the liquid tape. I already put on there. Then around all three. Doesn't really tug on the soldered part. Cable is not flopping around. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was going for. I'm going to solder the fan directly to these cables here, and not where I soldered the other ones on here. This means I have to take out a piece of the isolation here without cutting the cable off. That's gonna be a bit difficult now. I'm gonna do that off camera because it could take a while. Took off a small bit of isolation on these two cables. Put this around here so it holds by itself. And then solder the entire thing. Sorry about the quality. I need to zoom digitally. I don't have good filming setup yet. I'm trying to heat up the cable so the solder melts by itself. That way you can make sure it's properly soldered and not just sticking to it. Plastic starts to melt slowly. We're getting somewhere. I think I can't get the cable itself to get hot enough. Oh, it happened. Smoke is coming directly to my face. Google understood me somehow. I think it worked. Cool down. Yes. It's properly soldered. Now the other ones. Someone sent me an Instagram reel. Okay. Yeah, about that. Okay. So it goes through the entire cable. Trying to not breathe every time. Need to get some smoke extractor when this room is finished here. Videos are also as a series on my channel, by the way. Putting on some liquid tape. Now that needs to dry. These have dried in the meantime. Tape is dry. Gonna isolate that properly as well now. One in between. Right, camera first. Okay, camera's in. Now, we don't have any M3 screws where I work. We have M4 up to M30, I think, I'm not sure. So I could only do the threads. We have tabs, but not screws. Now, I need to see if these screws that I have here even fit. I knew that I have back here, but I have no idea how long they are. No, they are too short. I need to see what kind of screws I got with the fan. Okay, so the ones that came with the fan are technically plastic screws. They don't have a metric thread, but I think they are going to hold up too, because they're gripping into the M3 thread. Thread's not gonna be fine after this, but the cooler only needs to hold and everything is good. I built this so I can take it apart again, technically, but I shouldn't need to. So as long as I don't need to take it apart, the screws are going to be fine. Placement of everything is not that great here. Seems to be alright in the end. Okay, now, do not ask me why I have these expensive thermal grizzly pads when perfectly fine cheap ones would have been alright. Thing is, any with this thickness that weren't that expensive. So I just took this one. It wasn't that much money, it was just a bit too expensive. One at the bottom. Electronic box onto it. Another one here. Heatsink on there. and onto there. That's perfect. Yep, should be good. Oh no, I forgot this plate here when painting everything black. Quickly gonna do that. Now this should put pressure on everything so the pads make proper contact. Alright, everything's put together fine. Now we need a battery. Just gonna take this one to see if the fan turns on. This doesn't have enough voltage. The other one's a bit higher. But it seems to be working so far. Gonna put the whole thing together. Make some recordings with the GoPro to put at the end of this video. Not much. More footage is about to come in future videos, so make sure to subscribe please. Thank you. And if you want to know more about anything around here, how I did things, feel free to ask me in the comments. Alright, thanks for watching and bye.